Alright guys, hope everybody's doing good. Today I'm going to answer some questions. I asked on Instagram, up in the little Instagram story section, I said, ask me some questions. And you guys asked me some good ones. So right now I'm going to answer those, and hopefully these work out to where they're helpful for you. So let's get right into it. So first up, how do I always find turtles when herping? I can never seem to spot them. And that's from Franks_photography. You know, I don't always find turtles. I mean, there's been plenty of times where I've driven, you know, miles, you know, to another state sometimes to try and find something, and I never find it. I've driven to the next state over only to get basically no turtles at all. So I generally, I'm kind of a psycho, so I'm usually not gonna stop until I find something. But sometimes you're not in control of that, so you just have to do your best. I always just have, like, before I go, I know the habitat of what I'm looking for. I know the habits. I'm going to look at conditions and time of day, time of year. You know, July and August is a terrible time of year, and it's really hard to find any turtles at all, but you're better off looking at night. So a lot of times at night you can find daytime, you know, stuff that's active during the day alongside, you know, stuff that's active at night. So I just try to mix my strategies up. That's the best advice I can give. So let's get to the next question. Is from my buddy Kevin. He says, when's the next Vero trip? I'll be down that way towards Vero and Jupiter probably sometime in the fall. I've got the aquascape build in October, so I'm thinking it'll be right around that time, either just before or just after. Go down there and do some skating. Meet up with Kenan, meet up with Fred, and yeah, just kind of hang out, have some fun, and hopefully film a lot and make some new episodes for everybody. So that would be cool. All right, next one comes from the other Sarah 95. Do I have issues with aggression with my turtles, and if so, how do I handle it? I don't have a lot of issues with aggression. Usually what you might call aggression is usually like in this pen here and the one in the back. Sometimes with the Gulf Coast box turtles, the males will kind of get a little aggro with each other, but I let them sort it out. I mean, that's what they do in nature. And the other thing is with mating, you know, females always, you know, don't always want to mate, and the males kind of chase them around. So what I try to do is, with any species, is provide, you know, hides, provide cover, and provide places for them to feel comfortable. The more places you provide for them to feel comfortable, the less aggression you're going to see. A lot of times people will send me a message, and, you know, they'll say, hey, my turtles are fighting, I'm getting aggression, and I'll be like, okay, well, show me your setup. And they've got a very barren setup. Well, because those turtles don't have any, like, personal space, they don't have any personal hides or places they can retreat to, they're gonna act out in an aggressive manner. A lot of other animals and even people are the same way. So always kind of give thought to that. Do you have a place where they can kind of have a safe place? Glenn_Foley, can you answer my DM? Would mean a lot. Okay, I'll answer your DM. Wanlu_2004_21. Do you know Maremes leprosa? No, I don't know it. Victor Ho_21. Where are you from? I was born in Florida, and then kind of lived there for a little bit, came up to Georgia, and then my family moved back to Florida. Spent most of my childhood in Florida, and then came up back up to Georgia when I was like preteen, early teen years, and then kind of have been here. And that's, yeah, I've always kind of grown up in the South, so puts me in the perfect place to enjoy turtles and reptiles and being outdoors. Spent a lot of my life skateboarding as well, and it's been great for that too. So yeah, that's where I'm from. That turtle guy, favorite turtle pun? I don't know any turtle puns off the top of my head. I don't know. I don't know a turtle pun. Cam_Gato65. How would you deal with turtle territorial aggression in a pond? Exact same way I was talking about with box turtles, tortoises, anything. Underwater cover. A lot of plants can help, a lot of logs and little underwater caves. Again, with aggression, you can mitigate it by giving them a personal space area. Mike's_reptiles. How many turtles do you have? I don't really know. I think last count was somewhere around the 150, but then with the hatchling turtles, that puts me up around probably 170 something maybe. I don't really know. I'll probably do a count so I can give an updated list to the DNR before the end of the year, just so that they know, and helps me know too. So when I know, I'll let you know. Let's see, favorite zoo. That's from Brendan_Hedinger. I don't really like too many zoos. I think most of the time, most zoos, usually the stuff that I like the reptiles and turtles and all that stuff, a lot of times get the short end of the stick in favor of things like pandas, which, you know, they'll build a panda exhibit and you won't even be able to see them. So it's like, for me, I'm not a fan of zoos. I like aquariums better. My all-time favorite is the Tennessee Aquarium in Chattanooga. Check it out if you're near it. They have a ton of turtles. They do a great job. The people that work there are turtle fanatics, and it's just a great place. Disco Monkey 31, that's a good name. What's the most difficult reptile I've kept? Most difficult would be, you know, at one point I did a bunch of snakes, and reticulated python was not difficult. It was very easy, but it grew so fast. It was one of those reptiles that if you aren't fully committed can get away from you really fast, in that you can get overwhelmed if you're not prepared for it. You know, luckily I kind of knew other people that were keeping big snakes at the time, and I was able to kind of expand the cage as time went by. But I mean, it went from eating, you know, normal sized rats to all of a sudden large rats to jumbo rats, then to small rabbits, and then I ended up doing frozen thawed guinea pigs and having to do like 3 or 4 of those at a time. And I mean, I think in 1 year it went from being 5.5 feet to 14 feet, and that's just how they grow. They're insane. I definitely don't recommend them for anybody that hasn't worked with big snakes before, or snakes that grow really fast before. I definitely think like the big snakes are for a very specific group of people. If I was going to say most difficult turtle, just to kind of keep it on par, my early days when I was a kid of pet store map turtles, they just never would do well. They would do about as well as if I went to a Chinese market and bought a Chinese soft shell. For whatever reason, man, you can do everything right and they still won't make it. So for whatever reason, those things never did well. But you know, if I were to order one online from a qualified breeder, they'll do perfect. So a lot of times with things coming down the line, you don't know if they're wild caught or how they were treated or shipped or whatever, and you end up kind of being the victim of it, and so does the animal. JCito777, have any of my cooters ever crossbred? I don't think that's ever happened. Cooters are actually pretty smart. If you watch the males, they'll kind of go around to different females, and they're very selective. They pay attention to, you know, whether one is a river cooter or a Florida cooter. I've never had them cross. I know some people have. I've seen a lot of red belly, northern red belly, but if it's something that's likely to, I wouldn't keep it together anyway. I just would rather not cross things, just so that down the line, anybody that would be interested in a turtle knows it's 100% this, you know, instead of me saying it's this, but it's got a little bit of something else in it. So I try to avoid it if I can, and so far I've been pretty good with that. All right, so that's all your questions. I appreciate you guys for asking such awesome questions. You're the best. And yeah, that's it. So turtle giveaway, I'll give you guys an update sometime in the next couple weeks. I want to make sure I get plenty of time to give you guys, I want to make sure I give you guys plenty of time to make your entries and submit them. Just make them a clickable private link on YouTube, and you can do it that way. But yeah, so hope you guys are doing good. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.